Hello, hello, hello. Hey everyone, how are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for taking time out of your day to spend with me. My name is Nichelle Womack and I'm a life transition strategist. I help you start, market, grow, build, expand, and dominate the CEO of you, the Chief Executive Officer. I pray that you've had an absolutely fabulous kind of day. Welcome, Faith Builder. How are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for taking time out of your day. I felt a little compelled to get on and share a message. I've been pretty much sharing messages throughout the day via Twitter and via my Instagram, my Facebook, and things of that nature because, it comes a point in time where, enough is enough. You're sick and tired of being sick and tired. And you're just really kind of confused. As a mother, you have to explain things to your children. And it's really, to me, it's just really unfortunate that we are at this time in our life in 2016. When love should prevail, it seems as though hate is becoming more prevalent in our society. People look at it and don't acknowledge that it exists. The things that are going on in America is being swept under the rug. And it really is sad because when you know where you come from and you know the struggles that you've had your whole life, just to survive, just to be a part of a community, just to live. The struggle is real. And I was listening to a video earlier today, and the young lady was so profound in her statement. She stated that why do this stuff continue to happen? Why are we allowing it to happen? And she asked a group of Caucasian Americans, do you want the same thing to happen to you? Would you want to trade places with a black person today? And the message was so prolific. She asked everybody to stand. Nobody in that room stood. Nobody stood. And as a mom, as a citizen of America, who knows that I've personally tried to do everything right, and I'm sure most people have. You try to do everything right, but you're still looked at as being a problem in society. And when I look at me being a faith believer and knowing that, we serve a God who doesn't see color, he doesn't see race, he sees love in all of us. And I just don't understand why we can't share love with one another. And, I believe in the rights of citizens. Free speech is wonderful. Yet I think the free speech that we have, it disrespects. When disrespect goes out the door, we don't respect one another for who they are, whose they are. And we don't acknowledge that we are different. We are different. But deep down inside, we're all the same. Because we all want the same. We all want our family to be loved. We want to be loved. We want to make it. We want to succeed. We want to be the best that we possibly can be. And nobody is different. Everybody wants that. Everybody wants freedom. And I look at, in my travels that I've been to different areas out of the country, in the country, and then you come back to America, and then what you see is hate from people that look just like you, that don't look like you, that, again, want the same thing that you want, happiness, joy for your family. My sympathies to the families. Within the last 48 hours, things have happened that, really, you just can't even imagine. You can't make up stuff like this that have happened in the last 48 hours. It's happening every day. This is not new. Live streaming is new. This is not new. Live streaming is new. And when we recognize that this is a problem, when we're able to have communication about this, and that's what it boils down to. Everybody's afraid to talk for many different reasons. For one, losing their job, for being outcast and things of that nature. We need to have communication about race. We need to have that communication. And that's the problem why things are happening today, because nobody is talking about it. Nobody's talking about it. We keep sweeping it under the rug. And as long as we keep sweeping under the rug, we're going to consistently have these problems. These problems that evoke issues in our country. These problems that create division in our country. Separation. We're going to keep having these problems until everybody grows up. Because that's what it boils down to, growing up, the maturity to be able to sit down and say for 400 years, over 400 years, this stuff has happened. This stuff is happening. Nobody has taken accountability to it. Nobody has taken accountability to it. As you can see, I'm a fair complected lady. I have all different kind of nationalities running through my bloodstream right now as I speak to you. But I speak to you as a black woman because that's what my birth certificate says, that I am a black woman. But I look through my history, Ancestry.com, and anything else just from history of my parents and my grandparents talking to me. My great-grandfather was Caucasian. And as you can see, you know, if you want to really just be real deep with it, we're all mixed with something. None of us are full, purebred anything. None of us are. And so in essence, we're all related. We're all related. We never know who we're related to. You may be doing something to somebody who is your family member. You know, and it really is sad. I mean, it really hurts my heart every time I turn on the TV, and I try to stay away from it. But it's kind of hard in today's society to stay away from things that continue to hamper America. You know, the land of the free, as they say. But we're not free. None of us are free. I don't care what color you are. You are not free if you live in America and you allow these things to continue to happen. We got to learn how to love each other for who we are and whose we are. We got to stop prejudging people just based on the color of their skin and the content, you know, of their character. Just because you see them with dreads does not mean that they're in a gang. Just because you see their pants sagging does not mean that they are a thug. You know, we got to stop judging people based on what they look like. And then in our communities, black on black crime, we got to stop that as well. We got to learn how to love each other and stop prejudging people based upon misconceptions, miscommunication, misinformation. That's what problems lead to. And as long as we continue to do that, as I mentioned, not having communication, any situation in business, in life, in relationships, if you don't have communication, you're going to have a breakthrough. And nothing will get addressed, nothing will get solved. And so America, we must communicate about racism because it exists. It exists. It exists. What are you willing to do to change? What are you willing to do to change? My children asked me that today. Mom, you know, this happened, you know, even before I got here. So what do we expect for it to change? What can we do? What can we do for it to change? You know, we can protest all day long. You know, that's what was done in the past, but that's not going to change anything. No protest. We can be vigilant. We can express our concerns, but it's going to take each and every one of us to be real, to recognize that this is a problem. And what are you going to do to solve it? Are you going to be part of the problem, or are you going to be the solution? And if you are going to be the solution, you're going to address and recognize that it is a problem. And you're going to put your foot down and say enough is enough. And I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired of seeing innocent people. So what, they have a rap sheet and things like that. That gives you no responsibility to take somebody else's life. And I truly believe in the right to bear arms. I truly believe in that. But I don't believe that you should misuse or misappropriate your rights either. You should not misappropriate your right. It's unfair. It's unfair to the system that has provided the means for you to do it. It's unfair to the individuals that you victimize with that. It's unfair. And then we talk about our political system. The political system has really segregated so many people. Yes. Hey, Cheryl, how you doing? It's segregated so many people. You know, I'm just amazed. I'm just amazed at how much we consistently want to talk about religion. Religion. We want to talk about religion. We want to be separated by religion. You know, but whenever you get through with it, it's only one God, one name. Hello, how are you? It's only one God and he has one name. One name. You could be whatever religion you want to be. But the thing that we need to recognize and understand that we got to respect each other. What's going on in America? What's going on? It's not a laughing matter anymore. It's sad. It's ridiculous. And then you look at other countries. Guess what they think of us in America? We want to talk about and fight wars in other countries. We got a war going on here in America today. We have a war going on right now in America. And if we can't take care of the war that's going on in America, how do we expect to take care of things in other countries when we got so much going on here? In my state, there's trying to mandate where you can't help the homeless people unless you have a license. Unless you have a license, that's the only way that you can help the homeless people in my state. That's sad. Because if you are a country that's built on Christianity, religion, you're supposed to help people when they're down, not continue to push them down in the ground. You're supposed to help each other, feed the hungry, help them, pull them up. What's going on in America? The more we progress, it seems the more we regress. The more nobody wants to say anything and people want to keep their mouth shut. That's not how you make change happen. How do you create change? You don't create change by going out there fighting and things of that nature. You could continue to fight all day long. That's not going to change anything. What's going to change anything is requiring you to act, to stand up, change you. Look at the man in the mirror. Because most of the time we are the problem. You are the problem. If you continue to consistently, persistently put out hatred, and I tell you what, you look at some of the streams along social media, some of the comments that people make, some of the disregard and disrespect that they have to the victims that have lost their lives, to their families. It's sad. It's sad. We have hate right here in our country. Then we get mad when other people come from other countries and see what they do. We get mad. We got to learn how to take care of each other that are born here in America, that come into America. This is a free country. But yet we're still imprisoned. In the mind, in the heart, we're still in prison. So I challenge you. I challenge you today. And I typically don't do these type of scopes, but it was in my heart. I prayed about it. And I said, God, what can I do? Because I am a mother. And for me to have to explain the things that happen in America to my teenagers, for me to have to sit down and have a talk with them on how to react, not to overreact so you don't get killed. That is sad that we live in a time that you have to do that. When each and every one of us deserves a right to be free and be free in who you are. But I just felt compelled because, like I said, my children kept asking me about it. They see it on the news. They talking about it in the classroom. But people don't want to communicate about it. The teachers tell them to be quiet. We got to learn how to communicate. We got to learn to talk about, yes, there is a problem. But what are we going to do to solve it? What are we going to do to solve it? I challenge you. I challenge you to be a vehicle of opportunity. Be a vehicle of change. Be a representative of change. And be somebody that want to make this world a better place. This place that you call America. My country, 'tis of thee. Sweet land, oh liberty. We got to learn. We got to do better, be better. We got to be a product of what we expect others to receive us as. And as long as you don't step up, you allowing it to happen. As long as you don't communicate, you allowing it to happen. As long as you do not address the issues that happen in your community and you just sit back and continue to dust them under the rug, you are part of the problem as well. No matter what color you are, you're part of the problem as well. Thank you for your time. God bless you. I'm praying for America. I'm praying for our mindset. But we got to do more than pray, because it says faith without action is dead. Action, that's what it's going to take. No fighting, communication, standing up for the rights of all people, each and every one of us. We all bleed the same. Our blood is the same color. You should be sick and tired of being sick and tired. Amen.